I got brain damage after watching this. Like, straight up. This is just truly... This is an atrocity of mankind, and it is, honestly, it's a canary in a coal mine. That's exactly what this is. This is actually the future of anime, and it's frightening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give some details here. So basically, this series is called Twin Hina Hima. It is the first ever 95% created AI animation anime, aka, if you didn't hear me, it is an anime entirely made pretty much by AI. The only 5% probably on top of that is most likely the voice acting, if we're counting that. Probably maybe some slight corrections on the AI art, and most likely this music. But overall, pretty much everything to the backgrounds, character designs, etc. is just straight up AI generated. And when you sit down and you watch the episode yourself, you can definitely see it. You can just see the AI nature within the animation. And I want to point something out, okay? Before I say anything, why I think that this is scary, because this is a peek at the future, because I want to be blunt with you. Even though there is many issues I have with this episode, like, it just doesn't look good, okay? Because it's just, you could tell it's AI. The fact that AI has gotten this good in just, like, 3 to 4 years is... It's horrifying. It's actually horrifying. Like, you give it another 4 years, there's going to come a point to where AI is going to be able to make anime episodes so good, and they're going to look so authentic, you're not even going to be able to tell if you put an AI episode up against an actual drawn and animated episode. And regardless of how you feel about that stance, that's probably going to happen eventually. I mean, let's look at the latest, art trend as of late, or not art trend, the meme with AI art with Studio Ghibli. I mean, that alone proves enough that AI art and just AI in general is progressing to such a fast degree that it's inevitable. No matter your stance, your personal stance on AI, it's going to stick around. It's not going to disappear. And I think that's something that a lot of people are not really able to accept, is that we can complain as much as you want, but AI is not going to disappear. That is pretty much the main thing about it. That is the cold, harsh reality, which is sad, but it is the harsh reality that a lot of people do need to hear. But let's get right into it. This anime, before I even began, I knew it was going to be a stinker. I already knew it. I mean, the fact that it was going to be AI generated, I knew that there was probably not going to be much effort really poured into this anime. But when I actually sat down and watched it and saw it for myself, then I truly realized just how much of an abomination this actually is. Like, look at this entire clip here. This is just straight up in an anime episode. So, like, you have this casual scene and all that with, like, the streetlights, and it just transitions to this. It's just, you can obviously see that this is AI. Like, I think everybody can see that. And it's just, like, it's so jarring, some of these transitions. You can see where the art style actually just changes. It just changes while you're watching it. Or you see the movement of grass, like the changing of like pixels and stuff in the background. It's really weird. It's really noticeable if you know what to look for. But let's get right into the main meat and potatoes of this. What is it actually about? I mean, if we're disregarding the AI and the animation and stuff like that, what is the story? Well, that's very simple. It's TikTok. Don't believe me? That's basically what it is. These two girls want to become internet sensation, or viral, so to speak, pretty much on TikTok, and so they do wacky little shorts and stuff, like a 15-second clips, to be able to go viral online, and it's automatically obvious that there could not have been a more fitting plot with AI animation, because the new, like, I think it's Gen Z, the new generation that's all about, like, TikTok and stuff, they definitely gonna fall in love with stuff like this, because that type of plot with this type of animation, it's like a match made in heaven, so to speak, for them. So, I'm just gonna be completely blunt. The plot really doesn't have anything fascinating. There has been many stories in the past that has done, for instance, wanting to go viral, so to speak, better. And I think that even if we disregard the art and animation, just the presentation of the story alone is just very bland, it's not interesting, and honestly, I have no connection with the characters whatsoever, especially when the designs just look like copy and paste. And, there's even a section within this episode to where they do a face filter, like how TikTok has and phones have, a face filter where they swap their faces from each other, and basically it showcased the flaw within this AI animation, that they had the exact same design, except except just their eye colors are a little bit different. And when it pastes the faces on each other, it really didn't change much. And I was just like, that's kind of jarring. It's really jarring. Anyways, this anime, I'm gonna be blunt with you. It's scary because this is the future. It is. We're memeing it right now. We're crapping on it. We're wanting to throw it in the dumpster and all that type of stuff. But this is the future. Take that however you will. It is the inevitable. Eventually, there's going to come a point to where animation studios are going to cut corners, and they're going to do this. And the reason for that is more or less an industry-wide problem. I've talked about this already, but just to kind of do a brief little summary here, you know, Japan, they're having an animator crisis. Like, they're not getting as many animators as they like. They're having to outsource and freelance a lot just to be able to get, you know, animators to work on a project. It's not good. It's not a good situation. That's not even getting into the overwork or the underpay nature of it. All that type of stuff. And so you factor in companies will try to figure out ways to save money, cost-effective ways to be able to not spend as much money, and eventually they're going to probably navigate their attention towards AI. And in this case, this is more of a trial run. You know, this anime might fail and do very terribly and not sell whatsoever, but it can be a trial run just to see if an anime actually can be adapted or animated for a full-length series, and at the very least stay 90% or even 80% consistent. If it can do that, most likely the internal data and stuff could be very important for animation studios, or the people that is working on this. So I think that in general, people that are laughing at this and thinking it's never going to catch on, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and don't believe me, like, I don't like it, but it's gonna happen. Eventually, you're gonna have, like, AI tools and stuff. It's gonna be incorporated into animation art a lot more effectively, and it's gonna come a time to where you're just not gonna be able to tell the difference. And that's basically what's happening here. I think that there is a lot of people that, I'm curious. I really wish I could see it if I had, like, the ability to, but I would love to know how many people could sit down and watch this episode, okay, with no knowledge backing it, and I wonder how many would know if this was AI. Like, I am legitimately curious, and I'm also curious how many would actually enjoy this anime if they didn't have that bias of it's attached to AI. I wonder how many people would try to gas this up. Because I'm willing to bet you it probably would be a lot of people. I'm serious. A lot of people like slop. A lot of people like to eat doo-doo. And, I mean, we have seen it in many different industries. Gaming industry is a good example. And I think that in this case, I feel like if a lot of people didn't know about the AI backstory to this, I think that a lot of people might like this more than we realize. Which is pretty scary. Will I continue watching this? No. 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 Maybe for the meme. Maybe for the meme, just to continue taking brain damage. Maybe. Well, maybe we can do that. Maybe I will get so much Stockholm Syndrome that I start to like it. I doubt it, but, you know, it's a possibility. I might continue watching it just to see this rabbit hole, because I want to reiterate this point. This is anime history, regardless if it's good or bad. This is anime history. This is the starting point. The literal starting line for AI animation, at least for anime. So, we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. You have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.